Stacks, more like stonks. No, okay. What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler and today I've got a pretty large sneaker unboxing, and I know I haven't done one of these unboxings in a minute, and that's mainly just because you guys haven't really responded to them the way that you guys used to respond to them like a year ago, so I kind of held off. I just did reviews on sneakers that I wanted to do reviews on, and then other shoes I just kind of posted on my Instagram stories, but I wanted to try it again because I've always loved doing these unboxings. But we've got some bangers today. We've got two pairs of Yeezys, one of which I've been waiting to grab for years at this point. We've got another pair of sneakers that I'm not going to tell you guys anything about because I don't want to give it away, but I'm beyond excited for. And then two other pairs of shoes, which one of them I know what it is, I've seen pictures of it, but I just want to see it in hand to see if it's any good. And then the other one was actually sent to me, and I have no idea what to expect. But before we jump into today's video, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell down below if you haven't yet, and also make sure to give me a follow on Instagram and on Twitter at @RealSethFowler. But without further ado, let's just jump right into the unboxing, and I want to start with one of the shoes that I don't know what to think about yet because, I don't know, I feel like that's probably the right move. So why don't we go with the, you know what, let's do this one. Let's do this one, the one that I have no idea what it is. So a couple weeks ago, a representative from Vivienne Westwood, who's just this like renowned fashion designer, reached out and she said that they're gonna send over a pair of shoes. It's actually a collaboration with Vivienne Westwood and Asics. Now, I don't actually have a lot of experience with Asics. I've reviewed some Asics. I think I've even reviewed this model, the Gel Kayano. Maybe not the 27 LTX, but I've reviewed Asics before, but it's not a shoe brand that I usually pick up. So when they reached out, I was like, yeah, I'll definitely check them out. So now, a couple weeks later, we've got them in hand, the Vivienne Westwood Asics. Specifically the Gel Kayano 27 LTX in citrus black. So I don't know what to expect. I guess let's just dive into it. Let's see. So let me open the box this way and you guys can tell me what you guys think. So here we go. Okay, we got a note. It says, "Dear Seth, please find encased? I think it's encased. Encased the new limited edition Gel Kayano LTX. As part of our collaboration with Asics, we hope you enjoy. With love, the team at Vivienne Westwood." Nice, thank you guys so much for sending this over. They also said hashtag Asics Vivienne Westwood, at Vivienne Westwood, at Asics Sports Style. Well, thank you guys so much for sending this over. I really appreciate it. Let's take a look at the shoes themselves. Here we go. Whoa. These are wild. These are really, really wild. Okay. Wow. So these are the Vivienne Westwood Asics Gel Kayano 27. Interesting. This is definitely like a high fashion designer shoe if I've ever seen one. So this shoe definitely has like almost like a water boot vibe to it, or I don't know what to call this, like sock-like look to it. This is nuts. Obviously they sent over the orange colorway, or the orange and black colorway. You've got the Gel Kayano midsole, which I actually really love. I love the shape of it, the construction of it. I love the colors that they used. I love that midfoot plate. The top half is the part that's gonna take a little bit more getting used to. This is definitely a loud and out there sneaker. Oh, okay, so that's interesting. So at first I thought that there might be just like a standard Gel Kayano underneath, but it looks like that there's just this like neoprene booty underneath with the Asics logo, kind of underneath this rubber material. So it gives it the effect of being a shoe underneath this sort of outer layer, but it turns out it's just, the outer layer is kind of just the entire upper of the shoe. So I don't know a huge amount about Vivienne Westwood's design aesthetics. I think that she's definitely going for a much more modern look, especially on this shoe. And you know what, while it is a wild looking sneaker, I actually don't mind it. So shout out to Vivienne Westwood for creating something that's definitely gonna be a conversation piece, and it's definitely gonna be a polarizing look. Like, I know there's gonna be people out there who hate this shoe, I know there's gonna be people out there who love this shoe, and I don't know, I think I'm somewhere in the middle. I think I like it, but it's gonna take a minute to grow on me. So on the heel portion of the lateral side, it says V Westwood X Asics Gel Kayano 27, V Westwood since 1970, and then you've got the Westwood logo right there. Like I mentioned before, this outer layer of the shoe is sort of this like soft orange rubbery plastic. You've got some red hits covering up all the stitching details, and then underneath that you've actually got this sort of neoprene booty that has the Asics logo, which you can sort of see through this rubber exterior. And then you've also got this really hard heel counter, which actually should give you some nice heel support. And then of course, like I mentioned before, you've got the full Asics Gel Kayano midsole. And according to this branding on the medial side, it says the midsole is made up of dynamic Duo Max, which I'm assuming is the foam that they're using. Oh no, wait, hold up. It says they use flight foam on the forefoot. So maybe that's the dynamic Duo Max. It's like two different kinds of foams coming together in a dynamic duo. This is a wild looking sneaker. It's definitely got that high fashion vibe to it. And by high fashion, I mean like loud, crazy, Definitely an eye-catching piece, and I could definitely see this on the runway. Now what I'm actually interested to find out is this shoe water resistant? I would think somewhat because it's using a rubber exterior, but you've also got these ventilation holes in the side which I would think would let water in, so I don't think it's, you know, hugely water resistant. And the shape of the shoe itself, like the silhouette of the shoe is also pretty interesting too. It's got this very, very like definite sweep up towards the toe, which you see sometimes, but it's never like that pronounced. Shout out to Vivienne Westwood and Asics for creating an interesting collaboration, and thank you guys so much for sending it over. I really, really appreciate it. So this next shoe is actually a pair of Jordans that released a little while ago, but I ordered them off the Nike app, and it took like a week and a half for them to get here, which is kind of frustrating. There was no option for next day shipping, which doesn't make sense to me. They should make that an option that's always available, especially if they have the shoes in stock, but it is what it is. So as you can see, this box is your standard Jordan box. It comes in black with the gold Jumpman on top. And then you've got the size tag, which I'm not gonna read because I don't wanna tell you guys exactly what shoe this is, but I will tell you the price point, and the price point of this shoe was 120 bucks. So let's pop the top on this guy and see what we've got. So here we go. There it is. Definitely a little disappointing aesthetically. What a great way to start an unboxing, right? And so this is the Air Jordan 11 Comfort. I know. I don't know why they did it like this. This is the comfort version of the Air Jordan 11 Low. We've got the comfort version of the Air Jordan 1s that look a lot like the Air Jordan 1s, but for some reason for the Air Jordan 11 Lows, they decided to make them look not much like a pair of Air Jordan 11s, which is disappointing. In fact, this is one of those shoes that, you know, if I saw it in a store, I probably wouldn't pick it up unless I knew specifically that it was a comfort pair. And that's honestly the only reason I grabbed this shoe was because it was a comfort pair and I kind of wanted to try it out. You know what? If there's any shoes that you guys see in this video that you guys want to see full reviews on, whether it's the Vivienne Westwoods or these Air Jordan 11 Comforts or whatever's coming up next, make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. I do have to say, at first glance, I am honestly a little disappointed. From the top of the shoe, it does kind of look like a pair of Bred 11s. But that's kind of the only spot that it does. I mean, the overall silhouette shape, okay, fine, kind of looks like the silhouette of a pair of Air Jordan 11 Lows, but they really changed the shoe up pretty dramatically, which is disappointing. It's not a bad looking shoe, it's just not what I would want from a pair of Air Jordan 11s. I don't know why they couldn't have just added this Cushlon midsole, which by the way, full length Cushlon midsole underfoot, which I'm sure feels great. Why they couldn't have added that midsole to a pair of Air Jordan 11s and called it the Air Jordan 11 Comfort. It doesn't make sense to me. And hopefully they'll do that in the future, but ooh, the outsole is very different. I don't know about that. Why did they change it up so much? I don't get it. So obviously the shoe comes in the Bred colorway. You've got some nice tumbled leather on the heel of the shoe. You've got your little red Jumpman on the lateral side. And then instead of the normal like Air Jordan Jumpman branding on the center of the tongue, you've got this red Jumpman. I mean, even the materials in the upper are just like pretty different from a standard pair of 11s. The only material that is kind of consistent is this patent leather on the toe, which actually has perforations along the midfoot, which again, I don't know why they did that. You've got this interesting like black textile, which is really rough. And then you've got some, I don't know, more textile material around the tongue. I don't know. I mean, the midsole looks nice. It's definitely very soft to the touch, so I'm excited about trying it on. The outsole, instead of coming in like a semi-translucent red, it comes in just like a solid opaque red, which is fine, I guess. It feels like a knockoff pair of 11s, to be honest with you. Okay, well the insole isn't coming out, but on the insole of the shoe, you've got Comfort written in large text, or CMFT. I don't know why. It's not like air is gonna get through the midsole to your foot. And then the outsole has some perforations, which I'm assuming is for the foam to kind of expand, like they have on the KD13s and the KD12s. What I am excited about though with this shoe is actually trying it on, feeling how it feels on foot, and seeing if it's worth the 120 bucks. Because this is not a shoe that I would ever buy if it wasn't for the fact that it was a comfort shoe. The design of this shoe isn't like rooted in history. I mean, yes, it's got the Air Jordan 11's DNA in it, but it's not like a redesign or an update on a previous design that looked like this. It's just kind of an all new shoe. I don't know, not a fan. I think what's gonna be interesting about this shoe is whether it's comfortable underfoot. And I kinda wanna try the right shoe on right now just to see how it feels. It's not bad. I mean, it's definitely comfortable. It's not like React comfortable, but it's definitely comfortable. Okay, on to the next shoe. Actually, why don't we break things up a little bit and start with a pair of Yeezys, then get on to the shoe that I'm very excited about, and then get on to the crazy pair of Yeezys. So let's start with one of the Yeezys. So this is the first pair of Yeezys that we're gonna unbox. As I'm sure you saw in the thumbnail, it's a pair of 350s. The box is a little dinged up, which is a little disappointing, but it is what it is. And then the size that I went with is a size 9.5. And you'll see in a second, I've actually owned this pair of shoes before. I just wanted wanted to get it for a specific video I have coming up, and I went with the size 9.5 because I actually like the size 9.5 better than the size 9, which is the size that I did have. Here we go. Okay. So you guys might have caught my review on this shoe. This is the Adidas Yeezy 350 V2 Ash Pearl. And if you guys missed that review, make sure to click the link at the top of the screen. It's a good looking pair of sneakers. It's the most recent Yeezy 350 V2 colorway. And one thing I love about this shoe, and I guess most recent Adidas Yeezy releases, is the piece of twine that they use to hold the tags on. It's very environmentally friendly. I appreciate that. The shoe itself is pretty clean. Out of all the Ash colorways, I think the Ash Pearl is probably the most wearable and honestly probably the most popular. My personal favorite was the Ash Blue colorway because there's not a lot of blue 350 V2s, and that was a shoe that I really liked. This shoe does have some blue in it, especially on the medial side. You've got some hits of like dark navy, you've got some grays, you've got some tans, and then on the lateral side of the shoe you've got this like pretty large stripe with some like very light tans and oranges, as well as the semi-translucent sort of mesh stripe which kind of runs down the side and has this sort of almost weird wobbly shape to it. I don't like the shape of the new stripes. They just aren't as clean as that original Yeezy 350 stripe. Full length boost midsole. You've got that semi-translucent rubber on the midsole as well. You don't have a strap on the back of the shoe, just that sort of weird gray line. Oh, and one other thing I really like about this colorway are the laces. They come in this sort of very washed out maroon color. It's almost like a dyed lace. Like the color changes based on which part of the lace that you're looking at. It almost looks like it's a little bit dirty. I really like that aesthetic. It fits very well with the upper of the shoe. It gives the shoe a very handmade look. Nice pair of Yeezys, pair that I've already had. I've already done a full review. So nothing that crazy, but definitely a nice addition to the collection. Okay, on to a pair of shoes that I'm very excited for, and that's this pair right here. And you guys might recognize this logo on the top of the box. That is the We Are Underdogs logo. But this pair of shoes is not actually a pair that I was involved in or worked on at all. In fact, this pair of shoes was being designed and being worked on before my collaboration even started. So this pair has been in the works for a couple years at this point, and now we finally have it in person. So I'm so excited to see it. Let's pop the top. Oh, that's sick. So on the top of the box, you actually have sketches of the shoe and sort of the design process of the shoe. I love that. Oh, it's printed on there too. That's really nice. Also, it looks like inside the box we've got a shirt. No way, okay. So you've got a white outline of the shoe on the front. You've got the We Are Underdogs logo on the back, and then also the logo for the shoe. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know what shoe it is. I'm just not gonna tell you guys just yet until I read the note. Like most We Are Underdogs shoes, it does come with a note. So let me read what it says. It says, "The words thank you don't seem to be enough, but I truly thank you for grabbing a pair of the NW1s. It's been a long 12 years and we've accomplished many great things, but none are more amazing than creating our own shoe. The best part is that we've accomplished this the best way imaginable, together. I hope that you enjoy your pair of NW1s. At this point, there's only one thing left to do, so go ahead, pull them out of the box, loosen up those laces, fold down that tongue, and take a big whiff." Can you smell it? Oh yeah, that's love right there. Chris Chase. Shout out to Chris Nightwing from Wear Testers. He's honestly like been one of the largest inspirations of this channel. He was one of the first sneaker YouTubers that I ever watched way before I even got into YouTube. I really, really appreciate what he does. I love his videos, and he's been like a big inspiration to the channel. So this is like really, really cool to see. Also, he was working on this shoe way before I was working on my shoe. So he's really like the original We Are Underdogs guy. This is awesome. Congratulations, man. This is so sick. Okay, let's see the shoes. Look at these. It's nice. It smells like quality. It smells like love. Wow, this shoe looks sick. Oh man, these are awesome. So these are the We Are Underdogs Nightwing 1s. The Nightwing 1s are the very first We Are Underdogs performance shoe, and that's why it took so long for this shoe to come out, because it took a while for them to actually get the molding right and all the details on the shoe right so that it would act as a perfect basketball sneaker. And being designed by someone like Chris, who understands performance basketball and knows like the best way to make a shoe, this shoe is probably a beast on court. So I am beyond excited to try out this shoe. This shoe is so sick looking too. Okay, so the first thing that I notice about this shoe is just the unbelievable material quality used on this sneaker. The suedes used on the toe box and the mudguard are just next level. It's unbelievable. Also the leathers used around the eye stays and on the heel. Wow. You've also got some black mesh around the heel, and also, little detail I just noticed, the Wear Testers logo pressed onto there. I think that's really cool. Also, the look of the shoe, the overall design of this sneaker is incredible. Shout out to Kato Choi, who actually designed this sneaker, or worked with Chris to design this sneaker. It's a beautiful, beautiful shoe, and they both nailed it. So if I remember correctly, I think the overall fit of this shoe is supposed to emulate a pair of Kobe's. I think it's Chris's favorite pair of Kobe's. And because of that, you've got some really nice padding around the ankle. I think that's also just good for performance basketball in general. I'm not like a performance basketball tester. I've tried it in the past. I love playing basketball, but I don't know all like the ins and outs. Oh, that's sick. So on the sock liner of the shoe, you've got the We Are Underdogs logo and the NW1 logo printed on the heel. You've also got the NW1 logo on both this leather panel right here, as well as pressed into the midsole. And the We Are Underdogs logo pressed right there. Obviously, one of my favorite details on the shoe is the wing that comes up on the lateral side. That's probably great for durability, but also just the aesthetics of it are awesome. This is a really great looking shoe, and the traction pattern, it looks beastly. And it's also pretty thick too, so hopefully this shoe will last when you play outdoors. You guys absolutely nailed this. Chris, wear testers, Kato, We Are Underdogs, everyone involved in this project just knocked it out of the park. This is a beautiful, beautiful sneaker, and I cannot wait to wear this. And the fact that they created this whole brand new midsole and outsole tooling from scratch to be a great performance basketball sneaker just tops this shoe off. Huge, huge congratulations to Chris. Huge congratulations to Kato and We Are Underdogs. The shoe is next level, and if you guys can grab a pair, definitely try and grab a pair. I've been thinking about starting a series on unique shoes that aren't like hyped up the way the Jordans and Travis Scotts and Yeezys are hyped up, and this could be one of the shoes that I review in that series. So make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, these might have to go on foot today. Okay, so the final pair of shoes, like I mentioned before, is a pair of Yeezys. But this pair of Yeezys is one that I've been trying to grab forever, and thank God the price has finally kind of died down a little bit, because I think Yeezys are starting to get a little bit oversaturated. It's also a size 9.5. I'm not gonna tell you guys the colorway just yet because I wanna surprise you, but expect something a little bit older. This is crazy. Woo, look at that. That was the weirdest woohoo I've ever done. So this shoe is the original Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 in the Beluga colorway. I never thought I'd own this shoe. Like, this is one of those shoes that I kind of missed out on my chance to buy it for resale, and then the price just got too crazy. And then it kept going up and up and up, so I thought that that was just it. I would never have it, and now I have it. So I actually bought this pair through Stadium Goods and Farfetch, just like this other pair right here. And the reason I bought these two shoes is because I wanted to compare the original 350 V2, the one from 2016, to the latest 350 V2 release, the ash pearls. And the reason I wanted to do that is because I wanted to see all the changes between the shoes. So I got them both in the same exact size 9.5, and I just wanted to do like a full comparison video on these shoes. So make sure to stay tuned for that. I'm very, very excited about this video. I really can't wait. It's coming out in the very near future. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. But man, this pair is so sick. I just wish they went back to this Supply 350 stripe or SPLY 350 stripe. It just looks so much better than the new stripe. I loved when it was semi-translucent and you could see through it. That was cool. I even like the 3M stripe, but out of all the stripes that they've had, this one's my favorite. It's the most eye-catching, it's the most crazy, it's the most out there. Also, the prime knit pattern on the medial side is so much more interesting. You've got like this really cool sort of gray swirl almost with some orange hits kind of sprinkled throughout. And I've actually never owned a pair of these, so I'm so excited to see like the differences between this pair and the ash pearls and see what's changed over the last 5 years at this point. It's so crazy, it's been so long that they've been dropping these shoes, but man, I mean, I can already see some small differences. Obviously, the stripe, the shape of the shoe, especially around the heel. The original pairs had this little butt. The newer pairs don't seem to have that. Okay, so I'm not gonna go into any more details. I'm gonna save that for the comparison. Make sure to stay tuned for that. This is my favorite pair of 350 V2s. It wasn't always, but as time went on, I really started to like this colorway a lot. And it's the colorway that started it all. It's the colorway that made the 350 V2 what the 350 V2 is. And so you've got to kind of respect it a little bit. And I actually don't have a lot of pairs of 350 V2s. In fact, the only pair I had before these pairs was the static pair, which I think, yeah, it's right back there. It's the only pair of 350s I had, so having this original pair is really cool. Honestly, out of all 5 of these shoes, my favorite shoe is the Nightwing ones. I mean, first off, the material quality and the craftsmanship is already better than all of these shoes, but the design and the story and everything about this shoe just makes this shoe, in my opinion, head and shoulders above everything else, even above the Yeezys. I love these, but I like these more. But that pretty much wraps up the unboxing for today. I would love to know your thoughts on everything that we unboxed in today's video, so make sure to leave those comments in the comment section down below. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.